Hello students, I'm going to discuss you today about synthetic division in detail, very detailed, because so many students were asking to prepare the video for synthetic division for the reason that they found it quite new in comparison to other methods which they have studied earlier in their small classes and grades. So synthetic division is nothing but it's a way of getting the quotient. It's the way of getting the quotient and the remainder by using the factor and the remainder theorem, especially a remainder theorem. So the question is like solve 3x cubed plus 2x squared minus 3x minus 2 equals to 0. The main meaning of solve is to find the value of the variable given in the equation. So here the variable used in the equation is x. So you have to find the value of x. Since you can see the degree of the equation is 3, because the highest power of the variable is 3, there should be 3 answers for the value of x. So now let's begin the solution. We suppose the polynomial px with the degree 3 as 3x cubed plus 2x squared minus 3x minus 2. We are saying this one is polynomial because the number of terms is more than 3. When x equals to, since it's 2 into 3 is 6, so the factors of 6 are plus minus 1, plus minus 2, plus minus 3, plus minus 6 as well. But let's start from plus minus 1. So when we are putting x equals to 1 here in this equation, we get 3 into 1 cube plus 2 into 1 squared minus 3 into 1 minus 2, which is equals to 5 minus 5 equals to 0. So one of the root is actually definitely, obviously, it's a 1, x equals to 1. So now by doing synthetic division, now let's start synthetic division from here. So since one of the root or one of the value of the variable used x is 1, we have to write here 1, okay? So in this format, and I'm going to show you how it is done. So for this 3 here, and then start multiplying 1 into 3, and then right here, just below the coefficient. First of all, you have to copy the coefficient here. The coefficient of x cubed is 3, coefficient of x squared is 2, coefficient of x is minus 3, and finally the constant is minus 2. So in this way, and then again add these two. So if you add these two, then definitely we'll get 2 plus 3 is 5, which is you can see here. And then again multiply this 1 into 5, and then again 1 5 is a 5. So right just below the coefficient of next, and then again go on adding as before. 3 minus 3 plus 5, bigger number has plus sign, because 5 is bigger number and it has plus sign in front. When there is nothing, it means plus sign. So 5 minus 3 plus 5 means it's 2. You can see here 2. And then this 1 should multiply this 2. 1 into 2 is 2. So written here 2. So minus 2 plus 2 is definitely 0. Okay, so this is nothing but remainder. And we have to look the highest power of variable x is 3. So let's decrease the power by 1 and write 3x squared. And then after that, there is next coefficient 5. So 5 into x, and then plus 2. If there was minus 2, then we have to write minus 2. If there was minus 5, then we have to write minus 5x. If there was minus 3, then we have to write minus 3x squared. So it's nothing but just copying, just imitating from whatever we can see here as a coefficient, to make it coefficient. So 3x squared plus 5x plus 2 is a quotient. That's why I'm writing q. Q signifies I'm going to write it as a quotient. And let me write this coefficient of x as a small x, because no need to write capital since all the variable expressed are small. So this 3x squared plus 5x plus 2 is this one is the another factor. So now we have to factorize this as well. So let me clear the annotation so that there won't be confusion. Okay, now let's move to the down part. Okay, the down part is like this: 3x squared plus 5x plus 2. So 3x squared, it is nothing but splitting of middle terms, 2 into 3, multiply the coefficient of x squared and 2. You should always multiply. Let me annotate it to show it clearly. So you have to multiply the coefficient of x squared and this last one, okay, and 3 to the 6. So let's write 6, and then do like this prime factorization, and then 3 to the, we can do 2 3s also, And now look here, we are getting 3 into 2 equals to 6. 3 into 2 is equals to 6, and we are getting 3 plus 2 equals to 5, which is in the middle terms. You can see there 5. That's why we are able to write 3x. That's why we are able to write here 3x and here 2x. So this is also known as, since you can see product and here sum, this is also known as P and yes. P means product and yes means sum. PS rule. Okay. RULE. Okay, PS rule. So we are following the PS rule and then making here the product to be 6 and then their factors to be the sum 5, so that we can get the same thing here and here. So 3x into x plus 1 and 2, x plus 1, finally 3x plus 2 into x plus 1, and then finally again, let me clear this now. And finally 3x plus 2 into x plus 1. Now you can write the question again. This is actually nothing but the question which was saying solve. So now you can write the factors x minus 1 as obtained from here. You can see here x minus. So when x equals to 1, okay, when x equals to 1, then definitely x minus 1 equals to 0 comes as one of the factor. So you can write here as x minus 1. And then 3x plus 2 and x plus 1 you can obtain from here, and do either or. X minus 1 equals to 0, 3x plus 2 equals to 0, and x plus 1 separately being equals to 0 resolves the value of x as x equals to 1 from this equation, and minus 2 by 3 from this equation, and minus 1 from this. Since I have already said that the highest power of the variable here, you can see the highest power of the variable. The highest power of the variable is 3. Okay, that's why the answer are also 3. 1 answer, 2 answer, and 3 answer. And these are nothing but the roots of the equation. Okay, the value of the variable used are known as root of the equation. Sometimes the variable can be x or y depending upon the nature of the equation. Okay, hope that you understood about synthetic division and its application in factorizing and then solving the equation. Thank you all for being here.